we are going to discuss is called service quality and its measurement. So let's talk about a problem statement. As we already discussed that services are very intangible in nature, and that's why it is quite difficult to measure service quality. It's very difficult, very difficult. It's not an easy task to measure service quality, right? Because it's not like a product where you can have a quality assurance and they can check what is the length, what is the breadth. That is not how service works, right? Every company tries to standardize its service, so every company, they do put a lot of effort sure that the service they are providing are standardized in nature. They have a very definite process, and they are not dependent on too much on people. In fact, the physical evidence should also be very standardized. So they try to do a lot of these things, but still this problem of intangibility will always be there, and specifically the measuring the service quality, that will also be there. So what is the idea? So to measure the service quality, Parshuram and Zethmal and Berry, they conducted a research in 1988, and where they said that service quality needs to be assessed in the very right way. There must be some scale uh, which can do it. So it is very important that you must look into a process. You must have a scale, just like for measuring weight or height, there is a scale, right? For measuring like for service quality also, you need a scale. So service delivery refers to the point of contact where the marketer has the chance to satisfy or dissatisfy the customer, a moment of truth. So basically it's a delivery. Service delivery is a point of contact, a place where finally the marketer is going to deliver you the service. Either you will be feeling satisfied or you will feel dissatisfied. It's like a moment of truth. Whatever service you have, customer will give you the feedback. The defined customer satisfaction with regard to service as by comparing perception or service with expectations. So customer will always be comparing the service with their expectations. So if I am expecting too much high, and if I will not be able to get it, then I'll definitely be dissatisfied. But if I am expecting average, and if I get it, I'll be happy. If I'm expecting below average, and if I get it above average, I'll definitely be more than happy, right? So what are the tools? So they developed a tool, that they developed a scale which was called a ServQual model. It's also called a ServQual scale, which has basically 5 dimensions. So the first dimension is called reliability. Second dimension is called assurance. Third dimension is called responsiveness. Fourth dimension is called empathy, and fifth dimension is called tangibles. So let's talk about dimension number 1, and that's called reliability. So reliability means consistency. So the ability of the marketer to deliver the promised service in a very consistent way again and again. So if your service is consistent, that means every time you are, whatever you have promised, you're doing it in the same time again and again. You're doing it in the same way again and again. So then it is called as a reliable service, right? If you, for example, if I book a cab and we want to go from a point A to point B, you took 10 minutes yesterday, but now today you are taking 20 minutes, 25 minutes, then it will not be called as a reliable service. Customer want consistent service as they generates a lot of trust for market. So customer always want a very consistent service. They don't want to get surprised in this. They want very, very well-known consistent service, and that's why they are opting for you, because they want a very consistent service. And that is the reason why, because that builds a lot of trust, right? So a good example could be a GR Central from Japan. So there's one of those railways who are like, they're really, really on time. They never ever gets late. Whereas if you talk about one of the worst examples I can give you on this one is Indian Railways. So Indian Railways are mostly they are not on time because of certain reasons, maybe here or there, but we are working on it. But that's not still we have to, there is a lot of miles to go in that way. So that is the way we need to think, in this way, that our service is reliable. Second important thing is assurance. So what is the assurance? The ability of the employees' knowledge and courtesy and their capability to inspire trust and confidence. So, whenever a customer is upset or he's not happy or he is availing a service, he expects the employees to build that trust, to build that confidence, that I am in doubt, but your employees can build that trust, your confidence based on their knowledge and their courtesy, and based on that people take the service. So service provider must communicate their expertise and competency before they do the work. So even though the work is not yet done, but still you can let them know that, hey, we are doing it from last 20 years. Hey, we have this kind of process, we have this kind of services, we have this kind of people, we have this kind of machines. You can talk about those things, and then people will be feeling very, very good about it while buying it. And this can be done in many ways. Why? First, You can show different kind of certifications, some batches, some buttons which your employees has. So then it shows that okay, this person is really capable and he's very experienced also. Second important thing is to include a lot of logos, emails, letters, report. You can try to add all the certifications you have in your all physical evidences you are presenting in front of customers. Third, by communicating your competencies of your employees. So I just told you, you can just let, and I can give you a very good example. If you go to Decathlon, you will see that all their employees' achievement is there on the wall of Decathlon. So that means that if I'm going to a bicycle section, you will see that the person who's dealing the bicycle section, he is a rider himself. He has a lot of achievement on this. So based on that, people can trust them, that person, because he has that knowledge, he has that experience, he has everything. So, and that creates assurance, right? So this is dimension two. Moving on to the third one, that is called responsiveness. So responsiveness means that how quickly you respond, how promptly you're responding, how rapidly you're responding, how immediate you are, how instant you are. For example, if I'm in a trouble right now, can you going to help me right away? Or maybe in 2 hours, or maybe 3 hours, because the more responsiveness will be slow, the more service failure is likely to happen. Customer don't want to wait. So most of the customer, they want their queries to be resolved as soon as possible. So responsiveness should be 1/5 of their service quality. So if you are very responsive, you will definitely solve a lot of problems, that too in a very first stage. Service provider must report their response time to the customers. Yes, so you should always note down your response time, and that is why whenever we call a customer care or maybe a call center, they always record your call. They always keep that how much, whenever we raise a ticket on any website, they will always keep a track that in how many days, how much time it was resolved. So that the customer expect based on the communication. So if you'll tell the customer that okay, this problem will take around 3 days, the customer will be relaxed that okay, in the next 3 days it will be resolved. So always try to communicate in the right way, and that too in a very responsive way. The fourth dimension, and one of the toughest one, is the empathy, the ability of the service provider to provide care and individual attention to customers. So whenever your service is failing, or you're not able to be consistent, or maybe provide the right assurance to the customer, then uh, the customer always comes with a complaint, and then they expect the service provider to provide that care, that attention to the customer. For example, if the employees while handling a query keep smiling, make an eye contact, and even ask the customer if there anything else which I can do for you. So I know that you are not able to help me, but still if you uh, show some empathy, you will try to understand that what I'm going through, so that will definitely help. And that is why in service industry, people are game changers. They are the one who are face of organizations, and they are the one who create this empathy. So that's why it is very important to hire the right people. They may not solve the problem, as I told you, that it is completely important that that is completely possible that you are not able to solve the problem right away, but at least it will cool down the customer. At least it will create an impression that we care for you and we are working on it. Okay. And I'll give you an example for this. So once I was going in, I was doing exercise in a gym, and suddenly a machine stopped working. So I went to one of the employees of that gym, and showed him that, oh hey, this machine is not working. He said, okay, just give me 5 minutes, and I'll try to do something. So he went back and he came up with a printout which says that out of service, and this will be fixed in next 24 hours. This simple piece of information gives an assurance to all the other people that this is out of service, don't use it. Plus, this will be resolved in next 24 hours. And he did it in just 5 minutes, right? And he also told me thank you that you let me know and you are kind enough to tell me, so that other people should not be wasting their time by trying it out. So look at the responsiveness and look at their empathy. Thank you. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the fifth one, and that is called tangibles. So what is tangibles here? Tangibles means all your physical evidence. So that is also very important to understand that your tangibles will also will take a lot of matter. A lot of your appearance do matter, right? So at the end of the day, all your uniform, appearance, equipments, work site areas, service offices, everything is important. If we go to the saloon example, remember that question I gave you. So in that case also, if you look at the different appear, if you can definitely look at the physical ambience of that saloon, what kind of equipment they are using, how is the lighting, how is the ambience, how is the smell, how whether the employees who are working over there, they are looking professional or not, what kind of certifications they hold. Everything can be arranged in that, in such a way that people would like to go to the service, and they would like to pay even more sometimes just for the expertise. The danger is providing to make everything look sharp and then fall short of reliability and responsiveness. Yes. So one of the problems that happens with tangibles, that let's say everything is good in a physical way, but your responsiveness is poor, your reliability is poor, then nothing is going to work. So your first few things is reliability, assurance, responsiveness, and empathy. If you are good at all these things, tangibles will support you. All right. So I hope these are the 5 dimensions on which service quality is measured. I hope this topic is clear. And